Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria Sampson. I'm the Washington Office Director of the Secure World Foundation, and I'm so pleased to be here on this final and yet I think best day of the AMOS conference. We're lucky enough to have two keynote speakers today. We'll be starting off with the first one from a like-minded nation and longtime ally of the United States. Dr. Kwon Sei-Joong is currently the Deputy Director General, Climate Change, Energy and Environment and Scientific Affairs Bureau since February 2016. Following the Director of Protocol in the Prime Minister's Secretariat and the Director of Policy Analysis Division, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic of Korea. Before assuming the directorship in MOFA, he was Director of Administration and International Organization Conversion at the Global Green Growth Institute in 2012 to 2013, with the responsibility of executing administrative and managerial affairs, including tasks related to the conversion of the CGGI into a full-fledged international organization. As a career diplomat in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Korea, he formerly served as counselor and deputy head of mission in the Korean embassy in Kazakhstan and as a director for administrator and political affairs in the Korean embassy in China. Prior to his service overseas, he served as assistant secretary to the president for information policy monitoring regarding foreign unification affairs of the Office of the President. He was Deputy Director of the Environmental Cooperation Division of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade, where he led efforts to formulate Korea's position within the climate change framework. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kwon to the stage. Thank you.
Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, on the outset, let me express my sincere gratitude to the State Department for its kind invitation and arrangements for this wonderful conference. I am very thrilled to take part in this unique gathering to discuss space situational awareness. The year 2018 marks the 50th anniversary of UniSpace, which first addressed peaceful use of space. Many international space events were held successfully this year, including 34th Space Symposium in April and Corpus in June. I'm very happy to share with you that Korean government participated in these events as a member of Space Society and introduced Korea's accumulated space development capacity while discussing ways to contribute to the international society. Based on this discourse on space for over half a century, it is time to focus on how to utilize space wisely and not merely exploit it. Amongst numerous space conferences, it is my honor to attend the AMOS conference that has such a long history and the largest scale in the field of space, situational awareness, which is an important area for free and safe use of space. Through the many international space events mentioned before, diverse discussions are held on space security, commerce, commercial use of space, long-term sustainability LTS, Space Agenda 2030, and SSA. In particular, the AMOS conference is a momentous event where SSA experts and major stakeholders gather together. The Korean government has keen interest in SSA with regards to the free and safe use of space assets and protection of people from space risks. Ladies and gentlemen, SSA is a series of actions to recognize, prepare, and respond to risks related to space issues such as collision of artificial and natural space objects and changes of solar weather. Today, we are increasingly more dependent on space assets, while the possibility of crash between space objects is also increasing, with the rise in its number. Consequently, the role of SSA and the necessity for collective response across all the stakeholders, both public and private, have been significant. For a more comprehensive, rapid, and precise SSA, and to secure the safe use of space, cooperation among various stakeholders, and international deliberation and collaboration on multiple dimensions are needed to share information, align policies, while coordinating differences. As saturation and space debris have become recent issues of space, SSA should be understood as a concept of security to protect the nation and national assets from space-related risks. Considering that information on extreme weather, climate change, and disaster influences all humankind and is also closely related to space, including technology, SSA is directly linked to our lives and human security as well. It proves that international cooperation and development of science and technology on space, especially SSA, should not stand still on a technical level, but rather be dealt with in the bigger picture, that they have influence over the entire humankind beyond national security concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may be aware and asking, why Korea? Well, let me begin by introducing a piece of Korean history. Korea had been interested in astronomy and space for centuries, observing movements and changes of celestial bodies or activities occurring in space. Cheomseongdae is the oldest astronomical observatory existing in Asia, built in 7th century. There are many historical records of observing and analyzing changes of celestial bodies through this observatory. The interest that our forefathers had in space has continued to today. With remarkable development in the field of science and technology, we have been expanding our reach both domestically and internationally in various areas, such as communication, weather forecast, disaster management, and even security. The overall architecture of Korea's space policy, including in its SSA system, is based on the National Space Council and Space Development and Promotion Act. The National Space Council reviews and makes decisions on national space policies and development issues. In cooperation between the Ministry of Science and ICT, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Ministry of Defense, Korea established its SSA system to obtain various surveillance data and participate in joint operation in the international community. The Ministry of Science and ICT and the Ministry of Defense are in charge of its establishment and management of SSA system for civil and military use respectively, while the Foreign Ministry joined multilateral discourse regarding international norms of SSA. In addition to the governmental efforts, KC, which was designated as the National Space Situational Awareness Organization, takes charge of setting and managing SSA assets, and CARI cooperates with the institution for general operation. Such government-wide efforts have been made for cooperation in terms of space policy, technology, and diplomacy, harmonizing various authorities and actors. To implement SSA system, National Space Council establishes a master plan for space situation awareness every decade. The first master plan, confirmed in 2014, constitutes a basic policy framework for policymaking, system establishment, and R&D plan on SSA during the period of 2014 to 2023. The master plan for SSA clarifies its vision of protecting people and space assets from various risks of space. The plan has 3 goals: to predict, respond swiftly on space risks, to secure capability to monitor and analyze space risks, and to build up capacity on space risks. To achieve these goals, the master plan specifies 3 thematic priorities. First, establish a comprehensive countermeasure system across governmental bodies. Second, securing technologies for space risk surveillance and response. And third, expanding infrastructure on space risks assessment. For implementation of these priorities and the basic plan, the government formed the headquarters for countermeasures against dangers from outer space and designated KC as National SSA organization to maintain permanent surveillance and emergency response system on space risks and promote R&D for SSA. Ladies and gentlemen, as I have explained in introducing the vision to secure the safety of the people, protect space assets through the master plan, SSA is a field of high strategic value in terms of comprehensive security against space risks. Through the SSA system, Korea protects major satellites related to operation of national infrastructures and acquisition of strategic information. Domestically, the government will improve the quality of strategic information acquired through satellites and plan to actively utilize satellite service to cope with disasters and climate change. Internationally, the number of spacefaring states has increased, and so has space developments by private sector. Meanwhile, the progress of international norms on space issues has been relatively slow, which requires the international community as a whole to come up with appropriate norms reflecting the demands in reality. As a state with increasing number of space assets, Korea will actively participate in a process of establishing international norms for sustainable and safe activities in space. As for the commercial use of space, the government established its 5 comprehensive space technology promotion plan titled Space Technology Commercialization Strategy in 2013 to pursue space development projects and assist space industries. We are also actively supporting overseas advancement of relevant business and capacity building. To successfully implement policy on commercial use of space, it is crucial that safe operation of space assets is guaranteed. We need to once again recognize the importance of SSA from the perspective of commercial use of space and continue to seek cooperative measures. Considering the complex features of space issues such as security, international cooperation, business technology development, and SSA, it is imperative to exchange and communicate balanced opinions among related authorities, experts, and academia. The Korean government regards international cooperation as an important pillar of our space policy, which includes strengthening of international cooperation against space risks in its master plan for SSA. The Korean government will further strengthen its coordination across ministries and related authorities in the space sector. Korea will not only actively participate in international space events, but also continue to make efforts to become a constructive and contributing player in space affairs. In conclusion, I sincerely hope that this conference will continue to grow as a prime international forum on SSA, and I wish you all every success and a success for AMOS. Thank you very much.